Hello and welcome back. Sorry for not posting for a while because I kind of didn't have the chance to get to it, but I'm back and in better effect than ever, so hopefully I'll be able to do it for like every single day now, not just like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But let's get into our first post. We are on r/tales from the front desk. Should be enjoyable, so I hope y'all enjoy. Let's get into it. First post. The guest tries to get me fired for doing my job, admits she's doing it just to be a B word, and the results are highly satisfying. This happened back in April. Around mid morning, an attractive young woman came into the lobby and asked for her key to her cousin's room. We'll call her Garcia, cousin. Can I help you? Can I get a key to the room 207? Me checking. Is Miss Garcia here with you? She sighs loudly and immediately lost her patience. 0 to 60. Badgered me for about half an hour. She called someone, who she said was Shishi, but I had no way of knowing, and put that person on speakerphone. Together they badgered me in stereo. Eventually, I offered to check the camera footage to see if she was present at check-in. This seemed a very generous solution to her problem, a definite gray area loophole, but they didn't see it that way. The one on the other phone said, "You're really gonna be that petty? Why can't you just do your job and let my cousin into our room?" Finally, sick of the abuse, I snap back. I snap back and say, "Doing my job means your cousin plops down on that couch and waits for you to get back here, and then I let her in. What I'm doing is extra. It is special treatment. I'm being nice, and I don't appreciate the abuse. I don't have to do this for her. In fact, I could get in trouble for it." The cousin took the key, sighed loudly, and walked back to her room without even as much as a sarcastic "thank you." That could have been the end of it. 5 minutes later, Shishi came back into the lobby. This struck me as odd because I was told she was hours away. Never looking up from her phone, she asked for my name and my supervisor's name. I took this opportunity to slip a few more diversive remarks after I said, "Have a nice day," with perhaps too much bite. She told me she is going to try to get me fired because what you did is illegal. Then, while I was speechless, she smugly turned on a dime, like a model on a runway, and strutted back to her room. That also could have been the end of it. I called my manager. She was very sympathetic and laughed it off reassuringly. I puzzled over it for a while, then grabbed my cell phone, set it to record, and took a deep breath and knocked on Shishi's door. The conversation, about 30 seconds. Redacted, edit. I added transcript to replace the audio clips because there was an audio file that got taken out. Me. Knock knock. Not whatever. Front desk. Shishi opened the door, holding her cell phone up to her ear, saying something inaudible into it. "Hey, so do you want me to call the police and oust this person for your room?" No. She's actually in the restroom. Is it okay that she's there?" Yeah, that's fine." "Then why are you upset I let her in?" "Hold on. Can I, can I Is there a way I can call you back or put this on hold or something? Um, Inaudible talking, blah blah. My goal was to bait her into saying something. It's okay for her cousin to be in that room. She walked right into it. At the moment I knocked, she was actually on the phone with Noise Hotels, filing a complaint about me, which is why she said, "Can I call you back?" and gets off the phone as soon as I start asking questions. She followed me back to the desk, where we talked a bit longer. I asked her to clarify why she was threatening me with firing, and she replied, "I'm just doing it to be a B word." The conversation, about 26 seconds, um, was this. Okay. So it's okay that a person's in your room. That is correct. Me. Then what's the problem? The problem is your customer relations. So it's not that I let her into your room like you threatened me with earlier. No, not necessary. I necessarily. I did that because I'm upset with you. So I'm doing it to be a B word. Um, if you want me to be honest with you. The only reason I recorded this stuff was to defend myself against a write-up or worse. Um, I was content with letting the whole thing go. She had her key and filed her complaint with my manager, who was on my side. Great. That could very easily have been the end of it. The next day, however, after they checked out, housekeeping discovered Shishi and her cousin had stolen all our pillows and left their own raggedy old in the pillowcase. Did they think we wouldn't notice? Naturally, her card declined for the theft. Fine. At least this is the end of it. Nope. 2 days later, whose names do I see on the arrival list? Shishi and Garcia. 2 adults. Oh dear. I called the phone number on file, expecting to have it out with her, but it's a man who answered. I told him we'll have to cancel the reservation because Shishi and her cousin are not welcome at the Slumtown Inn. He asked why, and I told him the whole story. The key, the abuse, I am just doing it to be a beard, and the pillow swap. I did not mention the recordings. He apologized profusely again and again. He apologized. He said they put employees up here all the time, and we've always been great. He thanked me, apologized once more, and he said I'd talk to her. At the end of the call, the hotel, the next day I learned that the man had been her boss's boss. He called her supervisor, who called the hotel and spoke with my manager. My manager told him the whole story, mentioned the recordings as well. And ladies and gentlemen, it saddens me to tell you, Shishi and her petty cousin were let go. They were fired in a strange city 1,000 miles away from home in the middle of a business trip. So sad. Well, yeah, don't be a dick to people. That's just the entire meaning of that, I guess. Don't be a dick, because then that's what happens to you. But yeah, our next post is from a person, and it says, "Can you help me after her last day of work? I'm hyped to be out of the hotel industry after 3 years of anxiety introducing customer service and non-existent management. I will miss the free time and my days off being on the weekdays, where I can see my girlfriend, but on the plus side, no more customers, and I'll finally get benefits other than employee rate. Anyways, onto the bulk of the actual output of the story. Um, the story is in relation to a coworker I talked to about once before I posted this. Someone who's friends with the owner and has a bad habit of not doing any work. Thankfully, he's actually gotten semi out of the work habit and has been doing at least some laundry, but his new habit is consisting of asking me to work weird hours that wasn't part of my schedule. Cool, I could do that, I guess. On the other hand, sometimes he would come in at weird hours to work for me. Okay, that's kind of nice. The only time it wasn't horrible, I wasn't able to, is when I had to I had to take off work for 2 weeks due to COVID. Um, he didn't really complain or anything, which is relief when I came back after recovering. Fast forward to today, 1 week into my 2 week notice. He comes up to me, sad that I'm leaving, and wishes me luck, and asks when my last day is. I tell him it's May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And he nods, as if I'm understanding of what I told him. But then he legit turns to me and asks if I could work for him on May 7th, 8th, or 9th. No, literally after my last day. Um, so I reiterate that my last day is May 4th, and he nods again, but says that maybe I could cover anyways. Then I give him the reason that I'm taking my COVID shot around those days, and that's when he starts getting all huffy at me. He starts saying that he worked for me when I got sick and didn't ask for help. Like, no, duh. I was literally sick with COVID. So yeah, that was nice. Send off from him, I guess. Extra plate of work, and a side of passive aggression to go along with it. Guaranteed I wasn't leaving him. I wasn't leaving. I'd probably work at least 2 of those days for him. But COVID shots are terrible, and last time I had one, I had on and off fevers for 2 days straight. Plus I hear the second shot's worse, especially if you have COVID before. Would have loved to explain that for him, but he just huffed and stalked off. Like I personally offended him by refusing to work after my last days. Let's just say customer service isn't the only thing I'm glad to leave behind. Well, I would also be glad to leave that behind too. That guy seems like an absolute dickhead. But yeah, there's no real moral to that one. It's just be nice to your employees and apparently don't work in customer service. Yeah, but I'm glad you got out of that situation because that just seems like a dick. But anyway, hope you all have a good day. Like, subscribe, and comment all those things, and peace.